So today we are going to learn about resource type in JSON. So specifically, if we go to hl7.org and if you go to any particular resource type and you can choose any particular resource type. So I'm going to choose patient over here. So when you look over the JSON format, you have something known as a resource type. But when you look over the XML, you couldn't find it. When you look over turtle, you couldn't find it and you couldn't find it anywhere. But why specifically in JSON we need resource type is our question today. So even if you look to the structure, there is nothing over here specifically speaking about resource type. So I will copy a basic JSON structure for our understanding, which is nothing but which will start with the name as resource type. And even I will copy a basic XML resource type over here. Sorry, yeah, the patient resource type over here. So there is nothing explicitly mentioned about any resource type over here. There's an XML format and this is a JSON format. Okay, perfect. So when you keenly observe it, in XML, the resource type is already declared within the brackets over here. So XML has a built-in functionality to understand what type of resource type it is. For example, this is a patient resource type. So it has been already declared over here. So no need to specifically again give a value over here saying that this is a patient resource type, because already it has mentioned it by default. So we don't need to give it. So XML has a functionality and JSON doesn't have. That's the reason JSON specifically mentions about the resource type. So when you are hovering about different structures, don't get confused with JSON or XML or Turtle. Each and every type of structures have their own keys and values. So specifically, JSON operates with the concept of key and value. If I speak specifically, this is something like key colon and yeah. So again, brackets value. So this is how JSON format looks. So that's the reason we have resource type over here. So I can just paste this up to make it understand better. So JSON requires a resource type because it does not have a built-in way to indicate the type of resource, and XML structure as the tags by itself, which is nothing but this particular tags. So if we go to some other example, not this specifically, I'll go to something like, shall we choose something like, okay, organization. Okay. So I'm in the organization resource type. You can see over here in the JSON, they mention it as organization as a resource type. But if you go to XML, automatically in the brackets, you have organization. So that's the difference between resource type of JSON and different other formats. So each format has its own way of indicating the keys and values. So you shouldn't get confused, and that's about the concept today which we are going to learn. This is a short and sweet video, but it's very important as to understand why JSON is mentioning the resource type in the key and value concept. So that's the difference between JSON and XML format.